Larissa Crawford, who I have had the pleasure of getting to know over the past 3 years. I think she's been in my social studies class grade 10, 11, and 12, so maybe I should be apologizing. She's an amazing young lady, and she has had many amazing experiences, and one in particular that she's going to share with you today, which I think, well, will probably leave you speechless. So come on up, Larissa. Welcome.
So as he said, my name is Larissa Crawford, and I've completed grade 10, 11, 12, and right now I'm in World History AP with Craig right now. And so here today I am going to talk about my gratitude for studying in Alberta and the privilege of studying the social studies curriculum. And then the important impact that my mentors and instructors have had on my life. So these are 3 figures that I've encountered throughout my 3 years of social studies. And they're 3 people that I admire very much. And I was reflecting, why do I admire these people so much? What quality do they all possess? And then I recalled the related issue 4 topic in grade 10 social. And it was, to what extent should I respond to globalization? In other words, how should I be a global citizen? And then it hit me. They're all active global citizens. Now, we're all global citizens, but it's the process of becoming active that makes a difference. Now, I'm very active within my community, and a lot of people ask, where do I get my motivation to do what I do? And I can't take all the credit for that. I've been molded by my mentors, by my teachers, by my mom. And here I'm going to explain in which ways helped me the most, and in which ways stuck with me the most. So, think globally and act locally. This slide wasn't actually supposed to be in this presentation, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. I've been taught to think globally through social studies, through the curriculum, and then act locally within clubs, within the school, within the community, even within the province. And through this process of embracing this lesson, I've developed the 4 characteristics of a global citizen. And this is being aware, being able to collaborate, being able to respect others, respect diversity, and then the willingness to act. So, being aware. The social studies curriculum teaches students how to be aware. And I've taken a lot from this. I've taken a lot from the history, learning why society is the way it is. But the most influential part of my social studies experience, and what stuck with me the most, was not actually the curriculum. It was what we did right before the class. We spent 10 minutes every class talking about current issues within the world. And before grade 10, I'd never really read the news, I never really cared. And after social studies in grade 12 right now, I read the news every morning and every evening. I love it. I've become way more aware of what's happening in the world. I've become so much more passionate about people and injustices going on today that we don't know about. Now, this awareness led me to respect other people's opinions and respect diversity. In the classroom, we'd have debates, an interactive way to share our opinions, and we were expected to be respectful of what everyone had to say. Now, being in such a respectful environment encouraged everyone to share their honest opinion. And through that, I learned a lot more than just a paragraph in the textbook. Being able to interact with other people, it was a lot more fun. It was something to look forward to. And that skill of being able to respect, being able to consider someone else's opinion due to their experiences and their background led to the strengthening of my collaboration skills. Now, I'm a leader in the school and community, and one big thing that I needed to develop in high school was my collaboration skills. I'm a very independent worker. I like to just get things done and not have to rely on anyone else. And so teamwork was a bit harder for me to develop. But through group projects in the classroom, through Interact Club, through Student Council, I was able to develop these skills. And with with help of my mentors, with help of my teachers, I was able to do this more easily. Now, the development of all these skills, the development of my awareness, of my collaboration skills, and my ability to respect other people's opinions allowed me then enough confidence to act not only at a local level, not only at a provincial level, but at a global level. And that's what I'm going to share with you right now, is how I got from the books here in Chinook High School to Ghana, Africa. So, I'll start from the beginning. When I was in grade 10, I really wanted a car. My mom's always taught me I have to work for whatever I get. And so I got 2 jobs, and I started working. And by the end of the summer, I almost had enough money to buy myself a car. And then one of my mentors approached me, and she knew that I was looking for some kind of international travel opportunity, and she had one. She was going to Ghana for 2 weeks to volunteer at a school, and she was wondering if I would like to go. And so I was faced with the option of a car and the beauty of freedom, or to go to Africa. And I'm not going to say that it was a super easy choice, because it wasn't. I could be driving right now. But it was definitely the right decision. I went to Africa. And so before I went to Ghana, I did a little bit of research, and the school that I was volunteering at is completely run on donations. And they are 12 hours out, so that it's really hard to get any kind of school material out there. And so I started thinking, if we have so much here, why shouldn't I be bringing something over there? In social studies, I was kind of taught in that last related issue, the to what extent should I embrace, or should I respond to globalization? I kind of thought about that, and this was my opportunity to really become an active global citizen. And so I started a Facebook page, Books and School Supplies for Ghana Students. And it kind of blew up, it got pretty big, my friends started donating, and then we started setting up donation sites at different schools. Wilson donated 10 huge boxes of books and school supplies. It was amazing. We filled a whole classroom full of books. And we had so much, and we knew at the beginning of the fundraiser that we wouldn't have been able to bring all of these books to Ghana. And so we decided that as part of our fundraiser, we donate the rest that we're able to go to the Kainai Public Library. So we got a lot of feedback, I guess you could say. And it was kind of hard to hear some things that people had to say, but again, being in social studies and understanding why people think the way they think, they may have seen failed projects, they may see this as just another attempt. It made me able to take this and make something of it. And so it was just way more of a motivation to do what I did. And so, as I said, a whole classroom. We were able to donate some to the Kainai Public Library, and we were able to bring the rest to Ghana. Now, when I first stepped there, I cannot express the wave that hit me. Not only the heat, the stink, the sight of people like this, the sight of the roads, the sounds of the roads. If any of you guys have traveled to a third world country, you know what I'm talking about, the culture shock. Absolute culture shock. To understand that someone living on the TV, they actually live like that. It was hard to see babies, 7 years old, 8 years old, like running around with their bare feet. And I had never really actually thought, like I hadn't mentally prepared myself to see this. And when I did see it, it really came as a shock to me. And that was probably the most learning, the most education I had ever gotten all throughout. And so we got to Ghana. We got to Pandai District, where the school was. It's called Let Us Shine Girls Academy. And this is actually the sister school of Chinook High School. There's 138 girls. There was 138 girls when I went, all between the ages of 5 to 19, grades 1 to 6. They were happy. They were all absolutely ecstatic. They were high on life. All these girls were here because of donations. This school provides food, education, somewhere to stay for these girls, which otherwise they wouldn't have these opportunities. They had 3 showers. These are their showers. When I stayed there, I had a little bit of a nicer stall, but you had 2 buckets, and you poured it over top of your head. They had 3 outhouses for the whole year. And yeah, I don't like the smell of outhouses, especially if they haven't been changed for about a year. So it's intense. And to be able to think that 138 girls use that every single day was kind of mind-blowing. That would never go down here in Canada. So, but it really made me appreciate running water. When I appreciated running water the most was when we had to walk 45 minutes to get the water and then 45 minutes back, with a gallon of water on top of our heads. Now, I'm not saying I had a gallon of water on top of my head. I had about half a gallon when we got back. But these girls, about this tall, carried a full gallon of water on their head. And to think that I just have to go turn on a tap, but these girls have to walk 45 minutes there and back, really had me appreciating running water and electricity and everything that we are so privileged to have here. Now, their education over there is really neat. They're so hands-on. They may not have that much, but they are so eager to learn that they make everything out of it. They have night classes. At 7 o'clock at night, no parents are around. And these girls all go out into the middle of this dirt patch, and they study for about an hour. No one tells them to, they just do it. And that right there made me really value how much we're offered here, and how many programs we're offered, how many out-of-school resources we have. And to see that they're using a dirt patch and paper really had me value everything that we have here once again. They were the happiest people I have ever met. Happiest people. And they have the least that I've ever seen. You'd see poor, sick babies on the side of the road, yet they were so happy, they were so smiley. And to see people like that, who have so little, and then for me to not feel happy all the time, it blew my mind. I didn't really understand it, and it's really encouraged me to really rethink my life and rethink what I value, my principles, and my morals. So my time spent in Pandai was really influential on me as a person, and really had me reflecting on what I see and how I feel. And this had a big part to do when I came back, and I'll explain that a little bit later. Our journey back. This is a story about leadership and collaboration, although I was not the leader. So on our way back, we stayed in this little section, and let me just explain how the city works. There are streets, road streets like that, and then there are ditches. These ditches are about 4 feet deep, and they don't have sewer systems there. So anything that comes out of those households goes in these sewers. Any garbage, any runoff are in these sewers. Now, we had spent 2 weeks, and we were tired, we wanted food, and we wanted music. And so, me and the two other ladies that I was with, we decided we wanted to go up. And so we got all dressed up, we were running out, and there are little bridges that cross these ditches. And we were going, and we got a taxi, and they told us, like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And so we were running, and I was at the back of the line, and I was running around, and there was a sign, and I was walking, the next thing I know, I am face first at the bottom of the sewer. The sewer's, this deep. Yeah, I was, and most people don't do that over there. They don't fall in the ditches. So it was kind of embarrassing. But I eventually got out. I had cuts all over the side of my body. Like, it was really just not a pleasant time. But what made this a little bit more pleasant was the fact that so many people came up and helped me. There was this one man, and he kind of organized everything. He was just like, okay, you go get water, you go get this, you go get that. And they all got together and helped me wash myself off enough so that the taxi driver would let me into his car. And we ended up going back. But the fact that someone, a complete stranger, just took initiative just like that to organize a bunch of people that he didn't know either to help me really made me value a good leader and a caring leader and someone who's willing to do stuff, who's willing to spend their own money on packets of water for a complete stranger. That's I was supposed to be talking. But the second thing, and probably one of the biggest influences on my life, was meeting this girl, Patience. She's 9 years old now, and she has lived 3 lives over. She's probably the strongest person I know, has the most amazing story, and we became very close during my time spent at the school. Now, when I left, she wrote me a letter, and I'm not going to read this letter. If you can see it, good. I just don't feel like crying right now. But everything that I had done, every over-hour work shift, every sleepless night, every mean comment that I got was all worth it in this one letter. In seeing the impact I made on someone else's life. Through global citizenship, through being an active global citizen, I was able to help start a library at this school. These girls now have books. They now have the power of literacy. And coming back, I have a family. I have a new family. I have a whole bunch of little babies back in Africa. And it's something that stuck with me and will stick with me for the rest of my life. Coming back, I've had so many opportunities. I've had opportunities to speak at governments, to speak at something like this. I've had the opportunity to share my story with other people, to encourage other youth to do better than what I did, to do more. And that right there is worth it to me. And I came back with a new set of values. My career path has totally changed. And the way I see people, the way I see my friends, the way I see other people in the hallway, to just say hi, that has really changed within me, all due to global citizenship. My teachers, my mom, my mentors have had a big influence on my decisions, my motivations. And for all you socials teachers that don't get told this every day, you guys make a big influence on students' lives. And your passion and your extra time, it makes a big difference. It's made a big difference for me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So, thank you, and I hope you guys have a good day.